Coming up on The Cut, multiple aid workers in Gaza were killed by Israeli strikes. What this and the possible ban on Al Jazeera mean for Israel's attack on Gaza.
And Beyoncé released her 7th studio album, Cowboy Carter, how the record-breaking album has impacted her fans so far.
And the 2024 Men's Final Four basketball game is set to take place April 6. How Arizona plays a role in the most important game so far. The Cut starts right now.
Hello and welcome to the Cut Network. I'm Chase Westberg.
And I'm Lavanya Paliwal.
2 large events have occurred in Gaza this week. One of the events was the killing of the World Central Kitchen workers. World Central Kitchen is an American charity that is one of the most recognized food relief organizations in the world, according to an AP News article. 7 workers were killed by Israeli airstrikes on Monday, April 1st. That caused a hard food supply shortage that many citizens are in need of. Another event that happened on Monday as well was Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to shut down the news network Al Jazeera. According to an AP News article, Netanyahu described the channel as a, quote, terror channel. Al Jazeera is battling back, saying that they are going to keep releasing bold and professional coverage legally, according to a story done by AP News. This is not the first time Israel has had an issue with Al Jazeera. Israel has noticed an apparent bias toward the country on Al Jazeera News before. We will keep you updated on what happens to Al Jazeera.
In Arizona, the battle for abortion access intensifies as a coalition pushes to secure enough signatures by July to enshrine abortion rights in the state constitution, setting the stage for a contentious November ballot. Pro-choice volunteers and businesses mobilized to gather the necessary 384,000 signatures, while pro-life advocates mount opposition efforts. The amendment would allow for abortion access until the point of viability if it is passed. The group says that by August, they will know if the measure will be on the ballot or not.
There has been an outbreak of the H5N1 avian flu due to an individual's contact with cattle. Cut reporter Kiera Seepy is here to give us more details on the situation. Kiera?
Thank you, Chase. Texas health officials announced on Monday that an individual who had contact with cattle has contracted H5N1 avian flu, marking only the 2nd case ever recorded in the U.S. The Texas Department of State Health Services stated that the person had been in contact with dairy cattle. Symptoms have been limited to eye inflammation. The principal deputy director of Centers for Disease Control and Prevention confirmed that the individual is currently receiving treatment. Texas, Kansas, and Michigan have also reported recent H5N1 outbreaks in cattle. New Mexico and Idaho have also reported outbreaks in cattle that are presumed to be linked to H5N1. H5N1 avian flu has been monitored closely for decades, with nearly 900 infections recorded in 23 countries. This is a growing concern with implications for public health and cattle. For the Cut Network, I am Kiera Seepy.
Thank you, Kiera. We hope everyone infected will make a full and healthy recovery. A large headline that broke the news last week was the collapse of the Baltimore Bridge. The collapse was due to a 984-foot container ship that hit one of the bridge's pillars and caused the whole bridge to fall at 1:29 a.m. on March 26th. There were casualties, however, one of the last people to make it off the bridge shared his story. Larry DeSantis has lived in Baltimore all his life, and according to a CNN article, the last time he saw the bridge down was when it was being built. DeSantis was driving to his second job when he noticed how unusually empty the roads were. When he got to work, the news broke that the bridge collapsed, and according to CNN, DeSantis said the news was unbelievable. DeSantis also said he considers himself lucky to get off before the collapse. Unfortunately, there were deaths and casualties from the incident. There are still 4 bodies in search.
China has started to use some different campaigning methods as they get ready for the 2024 election. Here's Cut reporter Abby Jurek to give more information on China's efforts. Abby?
Thank you, Lavenia. Researchers and government officials say that China has adopted some of the same misinformation tactics that Russia used in the 2016 election. For example, covert Chinese accounts online are acting as American Trump supporters. These accounts promote domestic divisions and attack President Biden. In addition, these accounts advocate for election conspiracy theories. In an echo of Russia's influence campaign before the 2016 election, China appears to be trying to activate partisan divisions to undermine the Biden administration's policies, despite the recent efforts by the two countries to cool down their relations. Many of these accounts impersonate aggressive Trump fans, mocking Mr. Biden's age and sharing a fake image of him in a prison jumpsuit. Some have went to the extent of calling Biden a, quote, Satanist pedophile, while promoting Mr. Trump's Make America Great Again slogan. Elise Thomas is a senior analyst at the Institute for Strategic Dialogue, a nonprofit research organization that uncovered a small group of the fake accounts posing as Trump supporters. Thomas said she has never seen anything like this before. For the Cut Network, I'm Abby Jurek.
Thank you, Abby. It will be interesting to see how the election candidates address China's efforts.
Beyoncé has once again crushed records with her newest album. Here's Cut reporter Maria Loiza with more details on how her audience perceived her move to country music. Maria?
Thank you, Chase. From girl group to pop star and now country, Beyoncé's new album, Cowboy Carter, is topping charts and breaking streaming records after only being released on March 29th. Partnering with artists including Tanner Adele, Shabuzi, Miley Cyrus, Dolly Parton, and more, Beyoncé's album has broken the record for the most streams in a single day, according to Spotify. Beyoncé released her first taste of the album during one of the commercials during the 58th Super Bowl. After the release of Texas Hold'em on February 11th, the song hit Billboard Top 100 and still has a spot on the list today. According to Rolling Stones, this song is Beyoncé's, quote, 9th time atop the chart as a solo artist, end quote. Beyoncé's name is the one on the charts, but she was not shy to send thank you flowers to fellow artists who inspired this album, including singer Jack White and several other Black women who are country artists. While not everyone may be willing to trade their sequins for saddles, Beyoncé's success with her newest country album does not seem to be slowing down in the near future. For the Cut Network, I'm Maria Loiza.
Thank you, Maria. It's great to see such a powerful female artist receive so much well-deserved credit for her music.
As the dust settles, only 4 teams remain in the 2024 men's NCAA tournament. UConn and Alabama secured their spots on Saturday, while Purdue and NC State joined them on Sunday. UConn also aims for back-to-back championships, facing Alabama, while Purdue battles NC State. The Final Four showdown is set for Saturday, April 6, at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. TBS will broadcast the games leading up to the national championship on Monday, April 8. Powerful storms are making their way through the United States. Cut reporter Alana Goodman is here to share more details on the dangers of these storms and what type of weather to expect. Alana?
Yes, Lavenia, massive storms are powering through central and eastern parts of the United States. Quote, spring is known as one of the most chaotic times for seriously disruptive weather in North America. Clashing air masses stemming from crescendoing seasonal warmth and lingering winter cold can brew powerful weather systems, such as this incipient storm, the Washington Post. On Monday, the storm moved to Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Illinois. Currently, 9 million people are at risk for thunderstorm watch. Some of the storms include tornadoes, large hail, and strong winds. Wind speeds have been reported at 80 miles per hour in some areas, according to the National Weather Service. Quote, hail as large as grapefruits or baseballs fell in parts of central Texas as wind gusts near 90 miles per hour were reported in the state, AccuWeather said, USA Today. Tornado warnings are predicted for cities in Oklahoma, including Oklahoma City and Tulsa, which is a huge threat for tornadoes in the area. So far, tornadoes are predicted to be at a level 4, which is only a moderate risk. In the mid-Atlantic region, there will be showers and thunderstorms, primarily slamming cities in Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia. Quote, New York Governor Kathy Hochul warned residents of the state to prepare for the worst as the front could bring heavy snow, rain, and high winds to the North Country, Capital Central, Mohawk Valley, Southern Tier, and Upper Mid-Hudson regions, NBC News. The storms are also predicted to hit different parts of Ohio, Indiana, and the Chesapeake Bay area. It will snow in parts of Illinois and Wisconsin and in Vermont. In Southern California, a section of Highway 1 was completely closed from a partial collapse in the road that happened during a storm. For more updates, I'm Alana Goodman reporting.
Thank you, Alana. Hopefully everyone in the expected areas at risk will be able to keep their friends and family safe.
Arizonians are used to the big, bright yellow stars shining down on them. However, will it be shining for this solar eclipse on April 8th? According to NASA, around 11:20 a.m. Arizona time, we will get to see 60 to 65% partial eclipse. A weather report done by meteorologist Ryan Worley says to expect a cloudy day, which, depending on the thickness of the clouds, could cause a difficult view of the solar eclipse. It should range from the mid 70s, so we're going to be staying cool. This is a rough estimate because it is 2 weeks away. However, I will be thinking positive. The sky's the limit, am I right?
The Arizona Cardinals are expected to pay former executive $3 million after making defamatory claims. Cut reporter Brandon Muth is here to tell us more. Brandon?
Thank you, Lavanya. An NFL arbitrator ordered the Arizona Cardinals to pay approximately $3 million to former team executive Terry McDonough for making, quote, false and defamatory statements about him to the media, reported the Associated Press on Monday. Jeffrey Mishkin, the arbitrator appointed by the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, determined the Cardinals and their owner, Michael Bidwell, defamed McDonough in a multi-page statement to media organizations that accused him of spousal abuse and neglect of his disabled adult daughter, allegations McDonough has denied. McDonough was awarded $2.25 million for punitive damages, $600,000 in damages for emotional distress, and $150,000 in damages to harm to reputation in a decision filed to federal court on Monday and obtained by the Associated Press. A statement issued from the Arizona Cardinals later Monday read, quote, "We are pleased with the arbitrator's decision dismissing all of Terry McDonough's employment claims and finding that there is nothing improper about his dismissal from the team. As for Mr. McDonough's other claim, we respect the arbitrator's determination and that our initial statement went too far. We accept responsibility for that statement and are grateful that the arbitration is now resolved," end quote. McDonough brought the arbitration claim against the team last April, alleging Bidwell and the team retaliated against him after he accused Bidwell of cheating, that he was uncomfortable with the team's use of burner phones to communicate with then general manager Steve Keim, whom Bidwell had suspended in 2018 for being arrested for extreme DUI. McDonough's claims for unlawful retaliation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and invasion of privacy were dismissed. He sought up to $125 million in total damages. For the Cut Network, I'm Brandon Muth.
Thank you, Brandon. We will keep you updated as the story progresses. The St. Paul Saints, a U.S. baseball team, sparked controversy by naming their pig mascot Ozempic after the weight loss drug Ozempic. Despite intending no harm, the choice drew accusations of fat shaming and insensitivity. While some defended the name, others criticized it as cruel. The team's media relations asserted no malicious intent, yet opted to remain the name despite the backlash. The mascot serves a traditional role during games, symbolizing the team's spirit. Oh, where'd that come from?
I don't know, but did you hear pigs could fly?
I guess he's magical.
Thank you for watching the Cut Network.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at @thecut_network and on Twitter @thecutasu.
Bye!
Bye!